Where's my remote? Where's my remote? There we go. Alright, so I finally got this set up. What's going on, guys? It is Cooper88, also known as Steve. And welcome. Man, I cannot get this. For some odd reason, I'm having trouble getting my earpiece to stay in my ear. Okay, so as I said, with the Dead Island 1 hour Halloween stream, I figured I would play Diablo 3 as the second half for Halloween, cause why not? And also, like I said, you know, I don't think Outlast would have been appropriate for this channel, even if it was Halloween based. So I debated with Diablo what I wanted to do here, guys, and since I only have an hour to stream here, let's get right into it. And I'm gonna pick up where I left off with the Necromancer, because let's face it, it's just awesome to play as the Necromancer. It's either the Necromancer or the Witch Doctor, which are my two favorite. I think my least favorite class is the Barbarian in this game. I think I've stated that more than once.
Has he agreed to send us reinforcements?
My lord says he will send.
Oh, that's the stash.
Imaginary demon lords.
Perhaps
My inventory is 20.
The demons are in the keep. They're coming out from the depths. You are.
Hang on, kill these guys real quick. I'm gonna check my inventory, make sure I got everything equipped that I wanted. Okay. Oh, so it saved the last time that I had this. Where's the blacksmith? Because I'll just... There we go. Salvage all this, repair all this. Hey, you know it's C-Real. Actually, my first character when I started playing this, because I played this originally on 360, it's like, yeah, the Witch Doctor. I was like, Witch Doctor is actually pretty amazing. But then I also, when they came out with this,
King Corsic built
the Necromancer DLC
to pen the barbarian threat in the north. After years of
military
military
I'll listen to all that later
the
anyway.
frustrated king led a large army out of the fortress and into the north to conquer the
It doesn't really matter. I'm
barbarians
going to be
once
dungeon
and for
exploring
all.
anyway.
Not one of them came back.
Yeah, when they came out with this Necromancer DLC, at first I couldn't get the hang of it, much like anything else. I was like, okay, because I'm a traditional game player. I don't do kind of, you know, the I play by class kind of thing, which is probably why I die a lot in games like this or Dead Island. Yeah, the Witch Doctor is pretty interesting character. Actually, the Witch Doctor I'm maining right now actually is a female. I'm actually playing as the female Necromancer, but I definitely do want to try to get all the male and female equivalent characters leveled up. I don't know why, but I guess that's just a little bit of OCD, and also maybe just it kind of feels like it's fair, if that makes any sense. It's crazy how, like, and I'll put this in perspective for a lot of you guys watching. I'm playing on Expert, which is actually essentially hard. And yet, it looks like I'm playing on easy. It's just, that's how much I'm utterly, like, destroying half of these minions. And I actually like this setup. Where am I going? Okay, What do you mean by also something to do? You talking about like leveling up both classes for both genders? Or are you talking about like figuring out which class suits you best? Like for me, I discovered what level am I? Oh, yeah, it is kind of hard to see the screen. Currently, I'm level 50 with my necromancer here. So I'm pretty much about like 20 levels away from 70. I think what really helps, especially, and I'm by no means an expert, but I think, like, I'll show you guys my layout. Like, essentially, I've got Siphon Blood, and I have the Power Shift, which increases the damage the longer you siphon a target. I got the Skeletal Mage, which I use more for boss fights or, like, you know, really heavy hordes. And, of course, Life Support is where it starts costing health to cast, but they last a lot longer, so it's like I only use it if I sparingly need it. This one to me is my favorite, which is Revive. It's like target an area, reviving fallen enemies to fight for you for a time. Which basically, for those of you that are turning into this and you know you're kind of thinking about getting the game, this is a really good ability when you get to it because it basically revives all of your dead enemies. Because the main resource for necromancers is you see all these bodies that are lying around, and I'll probably try to show you, but yeah, you can revive those when you get this ability and have like enemies temporarily fight for you, but the cost is that you can only have 10 on the field at a time. And then I, of course, have Summon Skeletons. I could possibly do the Golem, but I always like command Skeletons, and what this does is I can basically command my skeleton. Wait a minute, why do I have kill command? Oh, okay, sorry. It's been a while since I played the Necromancer, so it's like I'm trying to refresh myself on what all I'm doing here. Because I've mainly been trying to do like all the different other classes. So I've mainly been trying to play the Barbarian and a lot of other classes to try and get a feel for how each one stacks up as I level. Okay, that's a bit of a risky gamble move, but I like that.
You will make a fine corpse.
Well, that's what I mean. I have it on expert, which is essentially hard mode. Like, let me actually check that. No, master will only for if you have mastered your hero skills and played several pieces. Okay, so that's only when I reach level 70, maybe. Because I know there's a difficulty for level 70. So this is about the highest. Yeah. Nah, it's cool, man. Like I said, I haven't played this game in quite a while, so like I'm trying to refresh myself. You know, like I said, these kinds of games. Oh. Nah, I mean, you're actually asking really good questions because I haven't really actually thought about this. Like I said, I go through phases where I feel like playing Diablo, and then like other phases where it's like games like Diablo I kind of get bored out of. Like, you know, like this and Dead Island, probably after Halloween, I'll probably play them for a bit, but then afterwards, it's like, I'm kind of getting bored of playing these kinds of RPG games. And that's the bad part. Like, I have a lot of games similar to this. Like, I'll play this, I'll play Dragon Age Inquisition, I'll play all these RPG games, and then next thing I know, whoops. The next thing I know, you know, I start kind of feeling like I'm playing the same game, and then it's just good.
Give it more time.
So far, so good, though. I'm not doing too bad. Aw, dude, that sucks. See, I haven't hit the paragoning system, and I'm not sure I want to do that. Like, not that it's a bad thing, but it's just... Like I said, these kinds of games, I just play them just to play them. Yeah, I figured I'd play Dead Island in this because, you know, it's close to Halloween and I hadn't played them in a while. Like Dead Island, I got on a whim because, you know, it was on sale. I had a choice between that and Witcher 3, but as much as I wanted Witcher 3, I looked at it like this. As cool as it would be, that game would take me a tremendously long time to complete. And I don't know, I've got more games that I haven't played than games I have played. So I'm trying to also be a little bit more frugal and, you know, try to save cash and whatnot. So I looked at it as, well, you know, they'll always have another sale with Witcher 3 at some point. So I'm not sweating it. No, I don't believe I've tried either one of those. And that is... It's funny, somebody asked me about that once. Oh, let's see, what does this yield? Intelligence? I'll hold on to that.
Worthy foe. Glorious.
Oh man, like, for me, the PlayStation sales are what, not necessarily empty my bank account, but it's like, you know, certain games that I've wanted to play, you know, I end up purchasing because I'm like, oh, you know, it's 50-60% off.
I hope this letter finds you well, and that
That's
life
usually
that
how they
Bastion
kind of
speaks
get
is
you.
not too difficult. Arthur is growing up to be just like his father. I'm happy to hear he'll be back in time for his birthday.
It's down to a point where I've got all
every
these
night
games that I've
for your safe
purchased.
return.
Not that it's not a bad thing. A lot of them were really good deals.
Garrison 3,000. Barely a
But-
third of that was here when the demons came.
How unfortunate.
Men and their leaders fear to prepare for a catastrophe because they believe it will bring one about. Fools.
Sorry about that. I had to listen to that dialogue for a
Some
second.
men actually think that they can hide behind their paltry little walls.
I'm sitting here
They
talking
have
to you guys
only
and I'm
had a
just like,
glimpse of the full host of hell. We will see them drown in our tide of sin. The girl is still weak, and their hero
I don't know
will
if I want to
expect
do
us
the
to
higher
attack.
difficulties. Like I said, I kind of play more
Send
casually
in the ravening
with these kinds
beast.
of games. But unless it's a game I really enjoyed, and it's not that I hate this. And it's not that I hate the Diablo series. I probably will never get around to. It's just like Fallout. I probably might not ever get to play the first or second one or the originals. You know, but I like the concept and the lore of the world, but I think the thing with Diablo, especially with me, is the world sometimes comes across as too dark and gothic, to the point of absurdity. Like, and I think that's another reason why I play this game sparingly, is because as much as I love it and I love the lore and the world, it's like sometimes it gets a little bit too depressing. But, I mean, that's kind of the allure of the game, right? It's supposed to be dark fantasy. I mean, I don't mean to be so enamored with this, but I'm just like, man,
I have been fortunate enough to learn much of the barbarians' complicated history in my time. Yet the origins of these large, mighty warriors are hazy at best. Legend holds that they are the offspring of Volcanos.
Yeah. Watch me say that, and then I end up just
their
getting
ideals of strength,
brutally
bravery,
massacred.
and courage.
Oh, don't remind me of Dark Souls. And I'll tell you a game that was very deceptive that I still to this day kind of am a little irritated that I bought was Lords of the Fallen. Because I didn't realize that that game was a Dark Souls-esque kind of clone. I mean, that's not to say that Lords of the Fallen in general is not a good game. It is. It's just I don't go for those kinds of games, like see, for me, games like this that have a good story, have at least semi-good characters for it, it gives me something to invest in. I'm kind of fine with. Like, that's kind of the appeal of Diablo 3 for me. Where am I going? Okay, that leads this way. Hey, level 51. Hang on, let me check my skills here. What is this saying? Oh, I forgot about that. I don't really need that. See, for me, I guess it's just I have a different, not a different taste in gaming, because that makes me sound almost like blasé or an elitist, but it's like, I like playing a different variety of games. There we go. I like playing games like this, but I also like playing games, like the Shantae series, for example. Just have a different mixture of games here and there. Ooh, what chest armor did I bequeath to myself here? I think I know which game you're talking about. Let's see what that looks like. Oh, I love that armor. I love this armor already. See, green is one of my favorite colors, so that's actually kind of cool. So I got like an emerald armor set. You know what I think is also doing a lot of the damage too is my aura, because if you guys, I don't know if you guys can tell, but I got an aura setting that I think, like, you know, wilts a lot of my enemies. So that may be why they're dying faster. I have no idea where I'm going, by the way. I'm sure most of y'all are probably just looking at me like, Steve, where the hell are you going in this dungeon? I don't know. I'm just talking to you guys and I'm just killing stuff. I don't know how you could see it. Like, that's the weirdest thing about, like, streaming that I was worried about. Because sometimes I'm used to playing at night, so I've actually had to... Oh, wrong one. Uh-oh. I forgot how to adult there for a second. There we go. I turned the brightness up on this game because, like I said, it's got, like, super, like, dark color palettes and everything, so it kind of just... It all just... Oh, I forgot that I had the teleport ability. Oh, well. You know, like, that's kind of the thing with this game, is as much as I like it, the dark color palettes sometimes kind of make some things too dark. So I had to, like, turn my brightness up, like, way high so I could see what I'm doing, and now it just looks kind of cartoony. It's actually I was playing it one day, and a buddy of mine was watching one of my streams, and he goes, dude, he goes, you might need to have your eyes checked, because if you can't make stuff out on the screen. I said, well, you know, the game it's dark fantasy. I said, so it's naturally going to have a lot of dark color palettes. But I kind of like the brightness setting like this, even if for some of you guys it may hurt your eyes. It helps me kind of navigate a lot of these, like, dark corridors and maps. Yeah, this ability, what is this called? It's called Blood Rush. It does cost health because, yeah, that's the cool thing, but also the drawback about the Necromancer is you have what's called essence, which is what you collect from dead bodies. But you can also use your own, but Necromancers, much like their name, they draw upon blood. They can use blood magic, so this is technically considered a blood magic move, and it's called Blood Rush. And what I got is Transfusion, which basically every time I pass through an enemy, like a rush attack, it basically will heal me. Or I can increase my armor and da-da-da-da-da. The later ability I get in here, which is basically a duplicate of myself made entirely of my own blood. It's actually kind of cool. It's just the thing with the Necromancer that you got to realize is when you're starting out, you're going to really struggle with your abilities. Like the Necromancer is one of those characters that the longer the fight goes on, the more, like, difficult it's going to get until you get to the level that I'm at, which then you can start using, enemies that you killed and revive them, and you start having, like, I got the skeletal minions. It's probably why I love this class the same way I do the Witch Doctor. Like, I've noticed this, the Witch Doctor, the Monk, the Necromancer, and even to a certain extent the Wizard, all of them have, like, minion-type abilities. or abilities that kind of allow you to summon minions. I'm even kind of starting to get to that point with the Crusader. The only one that I think I struggle with, and it's just not my favorite class in general, is the Barbarian.
And done. You've saved a lot of lives today. Thank you.
Hey, I completed a challenge. Might as well repair my stuff while I'm here. Oop. Sorry guys, I'm trying to do some stat change stuff. Yeah, I'll go with this. Seems like a better choice. Has a lot more varieties. It's weird. I'm not a super heavy RPG guy, yet I love RPGs. How does anybody understand how that makes sense? At first I hated the Demon Hunter, but much like as I'm starting to learn with a lot of RPG classes, the more you level that class up, the better it gets, and that was what the Demon Hunter eventually became for me. Like, I have little to almost no trouble with the Demon Hunter now, but starting out, I really didn't much care for the class. Kind of like there's no point to it. Okay, did I miss anything? I think I've hit, yeah, I pretty much hit the entirety of the dungeon. I wouldn't say I'm getting hooked into RPGs, because like even when I was a kid I played a lot of like JRPGs like Final Fantasy and whatnot.
We must protect the innocent.
Like I played a lot of JRPGs like Final Fantasy and whatnot. So I don't think it's the case that I'm necessarily hooked so much as I am familiar with like RPGs. But it's like the really long, like, thought-out RPGs, and you gotta have this class to be able to succeed at this, and da-da-da. No. Like, stuff like Diablo here, where it's like I have to actually think about which class I really gotta use. Those I may have a slight difficult time with, but not, like, so much that it becomes absurd. But then again, I think that's just with any, like, particular game genre that you like. You're gonna find, faults that you're gonna like, and some you're not. Like, for example, I had no problem with Dead Island. I love Dead Island, but it's just, and you want to talk about something with RPGs that are killer. See, what is this? How much damage does this do? Oh, I am equipped in you. I don't know, I'm kind of rambling. But I like certain things when I play games. But I like certain things when I play games. I think especially, how to word this? Well, I guess I'll just go with the simple, basic premise. I think as a struggling creative writer, I look for story or characters or certain implements in like the game's world, especially RPGs, that kind of immerse me. So say stuff like Dragon Age or Mass Effect, for example. I love the universe, I love the characters, the races, etc. But it could also be, looks like a demon octopus. Well, okay, that was violent. Jeez. I guess he had his mind blown by how much I'm completely poning all of his buddies. I really got to work on half of my corny jokes that I do during these streams. Cause see, like I watch a lot of like Dash EXP and stuff, so it's like I'm always worried that I'm gonna like start trying to emulate them too much when I'm like doing streams. That's why I mainly try to just stick to doing my own. Oh, I thought that was coming straight at me. Oh, I'm a chatterbox, dude. Like and plus, you know, I've gotten a little bit more comfortable with just like talking to people. And most people are like, well, Steve, why don't you ever buy a webcam for your PS4? It's like, you know, maybe if you consider going on, like, you know, trying to make a little bit of side money on Twitch, you know, people may want to, you know, people may want to be able to see and interact with you. I'm like, first off, if anybody wants to see my ugly mug, I have a main channel. You know, my main Sly Cooper 88 channel where they can actually see me do a lot of unboxings and stuff. You know, I wouldn't mind streaming often, but A, with work, B, with a lot of the personal things that I do, especially trying to, you know, help my mother out and balance my social life. And I'm also an aspiring to struggling creative writer. It's like I kind of hodgepodge, but so like streaming here is more not so much a vice, but it's like it's a stress relief. And it gives me, and it kind of gives you guys a little bit of entertainment, and it gives me something to maybe kind of work around. Of course, I do try to make a lot of my viewers, though, aware that, you know, hey, it's like, you know, I'm trying to become a writer first, and, you know, like a streamer second, but I still have that passion to want to stream, if that makes sense. I just don't know if I could make a career out of it, especially since now YouTube and Twitch and all them have started cracking down on, you know, monetizations and whatnot, which really kind of sucks, because, you know, a lot of people like me that, you know, maybe want to try and get into making a little bit of monetary money from that, you know, it's become 10 times harder. But it also kind of, you know, it's the nature of the beast. Because, to put it in perspective, when I say that I'm a creative writer, I mean that I write comics. And I've been struggling to do that for, you know, about 3 years now. I try not to say aspiring anymore, because, you know, whether published or not, I've written quite a few different, you know, projects, or participated in them, I should specify. So it really doesn't, so I really kind of get the whole, like, you know, oh, a lot of streamers that have done it for years are like, well, what am I going to do now? For me, I'm just like, okay, if I can't make any money, then at least I'm going to still, you know, do it because it's fun. See, most people think, you know, it's a get-rich-quick scheme, but really, nah, like anything else. Oh, God, excuse me. That was unexpected. I didn't expect to sneeze that hard or that loud. Sorry about that. Sorry for all the headphone users. I didn't mean to blow your eardrums out with that. That just kind of happened sudden. But no, for me, Serial, I look at it this way. If I'm going to be streaming and playing a game, who wants to watch somebody just, like, play a game? Like, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. But for me, I think, you know, if you're going to be streaming, I think you should at least... Oh, I was about to say, is my, like, skeletal mage skill not working? I think if you're gonna... I mean, look at this. I'm not even gonna do anything. See, look at this. Playing HC. Oh, you mean hardcore, Kenneth? Oh, I was going the right direction. Actually, it doesn't really matter what. Let's see. Where's hardcore? I'm trying to think off the top of my head, Wit, because like I said, I haven't played this in a while, so I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. See, that's the funny part about this, at least to me, is I'm playing through all the different classes that I don't... I probably should just complete this with like the Necromancer, maybe the Witch Doctor, or the Wizard, and then try to level up all the other characters, but it's like I like leveling them up all at the same time and completing the story all at the same time with them. So it... You had to create your character in hardcore. What do you mean by that, Kenneth?
Settled in the northern steppes, an area that is now known as the Dreadlands. Theirs was primarily a nomadic and tribal culture, though they had a few permanent settlements such as Cesseron and Haragon. A group of revered former warriors known as the Elder Council ruled the barbarians.
At the main menu. Oh, you mean... Oh, okay. I see what you mean by hardcore now. Sorry, I'm used to, instead of it being called hardcore, I'm used to it, you know, having like some kind of permadeath related name. No, this isn't a permadeath character. This is just my main necromancer character. Lord, I don't think I'm ready to do a permadeath character run. I'd be too nervous and probably end up not even passing the first section and probably dying. Maybe down the road I might do that. Maybe. Oh, there we go. Hey, you know what, man? To each their own. If you like the challenge of trying to do everything all in one life, more power to you. I always have the belief that play however you want to play. I don't like the elitist mindset that like, oh well, you're a pansy if you know you play if you play on casual. Like, dude. Hang on. Oh. I missed what he said. It's like, dude, you know, playing on casual or it's not challenging enough. Well, you know, I'm sorry there, Mr. You know, Mr. COD, you know, frat boy with your thing there. I mean, it cracks me up, like, you know, it cracks me up that you get... Actually, I'm just going to step back because these guys are already massacring all of them by themselves. Like, see, look at this. I'm not even doing anything. Even when I'm not doing anything, and this is on expert, mind you, they are brutally massacring these guys. I know somebody jokingly told me, they're like, well, of course, you know, Steve, you would like the Necromancer or the Witch Doctor, because you get, you know, minions that go around and kill kill most of the enemies for you. I'm like, yeah, that's kind of how that works. Plus, let's be honest. Having minions in this game is just cool, especially for those who like main the Witch Doctor. Like, you get the ability that allows you every like 20% chance or so to have like a little, oh, what are they called? I think they're called fetishes, but like the little voodoo dolls with the giant knife. I mean, you add that ability plus, you know, the multipliers for the zombie dogs and then, you know, the giant zombie. You can just sit back and not do anything. They will run through everybody. Just like with the Necromancer, I could have one giant... And I kind of, part of me kind of cheaply does wish that the Necromancer had that kind of thing where you could just like summon the flesh golem and like the skeletons. But I also kind of understand that would break the game as well.
Unfortunately, their battle prowess and tenacity have been misinterpreted.
But you know what though, I look at it this way, it's a good trade-off. You got Revive, which takes whatever enemies you've killed and they fight for you. Almost like, you know, raids, and then you got the skeletons or the golem, so it's like, you know, there's some fair trade-off there.
Inside your walls, and his hunger is ravenous. He will devour your corpse and those of your friends.
Of course, you too, Kenneth. I'm kind of curious when I finally get around to it, like what the Rift experience is going to be for me. They're not like super difficult, are they? Like, I imagine challenging, but not like super difficult, right? Yeah, that's what somebody else was telling me as well. They said it really depended on how I built my characters. I'm right there with you, Kenneth. I mean, clearly you can tell right now I'm pretty much that guy with the Necromancer class. The only thing I don't like is I would have to probably, I'm presuming like a lot of other games this is going to require PlayStation Plus to be able to... Oh wow. That is pretty high. Guess I'll go this way. I love C-Real. Before I could finish my sentence, you knew exactly what I was going at. See, I don't know, like, I don't want to complain, but, like, I feel some games should be free to play online without, like, PlayStation Plus. Like, games like The Division and stuff I can understand, maybe.
Treachery to access the World's Stone Chamber,
and
circumventing the three ancient
games I feel like, you know, okay, like The
Halleck,
Division and
Morgoth,
whatnot, I can
and
see
Korn.
PlayStation Plus being a thing, but it's
end,
like, dude, like Dead Island or this kind of
the
game.
great artifact. Though Bale was slain by heroes, his damage was irreversible.
I just feel like games like Diablo 3 or Dead Island, you should be able to play online with people and that you don't need PlayStation Plus. But like stuff like The Division and whatnot, I can see that kind of being like a big focal point. Ain't that the truth, Kenneth? And some of us don't make enough of that paper to be able to afford to buy, you know, Xbox Live 2.0, as I start calling PlayStation Plus. See, that's the thing that always cracked me up, is it's like with Xbox, well, oh, you gotta pay to play online. Okay, that's cool. I'm cool with that. I got the concept of that. But with this, I'm like, okay, you're playing online with PlayStation. Why would somebody want to pay for extra features? I don't know. It's a weird business model to me. And not a very constructive one. I mean, I get a lot of that money, though, is towards, like, you know, server space and whatnot. I'm not gonna feign ignorance and say I don't understand why they charge people for all that stuff. It's actually kind of weird because most people are... Because when I was streaming Dead Island yesterday, not on the stream, but just somebody in general... I was talking about how when I do these streams, the games I play are violent, but I myself really try not to swear or any of that stuff. And somebody found that kind of odd. They're like, well, you know, why not just be yourself? I'm like, I am being myself. It's like I'm just doing a much more PG version of myself, if that makes sense. And plus, you know, who's to say that... And it may or may not happen, but if it does, who's to say that I may not in the future get monetized? You know, that... Who knows? And plus, you know, I've also heard that Twitch is pretty particular about a lot of the rules. A lot of their rules I have nothing really against, because I tend to try to abide by the kind of standards that they have anyway. So I was like, okay, this might fit perfectly. Whoa, where am I going? Oh, I got a warper, okay. Like I said, guys, I'm just rambling. Pay me no mind if I start like repetitiously saying the same thing. And you know what? Even though this says 1 hour stream, I like how active. Because a lot of my streams are just dead. It's like somebody pops in and then they leave. So I may actually chill for a little bit longer just because, you know, everybody's kind of being active here. You know, I like this. This is actually fun. I got people I can actually interact with. I mean, that's not to say there won't be moments where I won't, like, not talk and, like, try and concentrate. But I feel with a game like this that I can multitask. I can do all of the above.
Always wanted to fight some of these.
Oh. Now, see, look at that. Oh, they are just getting brutalized. I actually feel bad for a lot of these guys. Like, they don't stand a chance. He says as he goes to face the final boss of this particular section and gets pwned. I know it's coming. Oh, hey, I got an area explorer bonus.
Not alone in here.
Really, Cormac, you don't say. We're not alone down here. Of course we're not alone.
The one who killed Lord Belial. I will savor tearing the flesh from your bones.
Bring it on then, Tubby. I ain't scared of you. I'm a real one. Anybody got a stopwatch? Anyone? I think that took like what, like 20, 30 seconds? How's this looking? Yeah, I'll go with this because this has a bigger armor emplacement. Go with you. I don't need any of you. What's this? Okay, that's... What's her face? Oh, wait. I think I missed one. Okay, nope. Good. Ew. Bleeding. He's bleeding. He's got bile. He's got a lot of other things that I'm not going to mention. Oh.
I need to go back.
I was like, I keep forgetting that I gotta teleport back someplace.
Victory over a useless tool. You have only delayed your inevitable destruction. Your walls have grown no stronger. Our assault continues unabated. The stone will still be mine.
I'm sorry, but I got a clown on Asmodan for a second. Doesn't he remind you of like the old, like, you know, Lord Zed, like hologram type sequences from Power Rangers? Because that's what it feels like. Asmodan feels like he's trying to be Lord Zed.
I've got some new
and not even a good kind of Lord Zed impersonator, just like bad, like he thought that his cosplay was like the best. Yeah. Like, you know, like it's one thing if like, you know, you're talking smack online, like that's one thing. But even then it's like, dude, really? Okay, so I gotta get to level 36. Okay, I'm getting there. I've almost got Hadrig up to level 12. Oh, you're talking about those streamers? Yeah, I see those guys, and I'm like, dude, I think you're... Like, those people kind of actually irritate me because, like, they think they're too good for people now because, like, they're making good money and everybody's gonna watch them regardless. Like, you know, sometimes you gotta not forget where you came from in order to, you know...
Surely you jest.
Perhaps the world is not as simple as it seems from up there.
Up where?
Your ivory tower.
What are you doing with your riches, Lyndon?
Living a life of depravity and overindulgence, naturally.
Please.
Fine. Perhaps I've found that my treasure is put to better use elsewhere.
That sounds suspicious.
We all have debts to pay, friend.
Okay. Nah, thanks for hanging out, C-Real. Yeah, like he was saying, I don't like the people that they forget kind of where they came from.
Let us seek honor together, my friend.
Like that. It's just like, you know, Hollywood actors that make it big, they forget what led them to that point. Oh, there's Tyrael. I wondered where Tyrael went.
Adria tells me that our friend has beaten back Asmodan's armies, and the keep is safe now. I almost can't.
The stone is vibrating. I can barely hold it. Their voices, they're screaming in my head.
Leah is losing strength. Clearly, the stone wasn't built to contain 6 demon lords indefinitely. Only Leah's will holds it together. Then I must hurry.
Okay, I can't talk to her.
Take comfort in the Lord. The demonic rage.
Okay. I guess that's just a short scene. So yeah, So anyway, how are the rest of you guys doing? You might want to look up Season 12 builds. Ah, why? They got a lot of cool gear that came out recently.
Terrifying noises were coming from the armory, so Tyrael went to investigate. He said if you were to return, I should send you there.
I am losing control!
Well, that was a thing that just pretty much happened. I wasn't expecting those guys to explode into tiny wraiths. I know I seem like, believe it or not, guys, I've gotten all my characters to this point, so like everything that you're seeing in this stream, y'all are going with me on this journey of exploring the Mount Ariat like missions.
The Soulstone seems stable now.
The demon's rage has been subdued.
Yes, but for how long? Our time grows short. We must take this fight to Asmodan.
To the battlefields, then.
Let's go see if there's another Leah journal entry. Sure enough,
I
there
was
is.
going to die when I saw the demon's rage escape from the Soulstone. Tyrael and my friend fought them, but I couldn't help. It was like I was watching them through a haze. What is the Soulstone doing to me? Asmodan must die soon. Then I will be myself again.
Oh, that doesn't sound good.
Our fight nears
This war will never end for me. Even if we defeat all evil forever, I will carry the scars of this nightmare till the end of my days.
But you have reunited with your daughter.
I wish Leah could have the life I never had. But in truth, I fear she'll be damned as well.
And yet, I've never seen anyone who is as much a stranger to fear as you, Adria.
Oh, cool, I got a challenge for talking to Adria a lot.
Can you feel the keep shuddering? Asmodan's siege weapons. Saving these walls will have meant nothing if they're reduced to rubble.
Indeed, I'll defend them.
At last!
At last, what?
How did the eternal conflict begin?
Since time immemorial, the forces of heaven and hell fought for control.
Sorry
of
to
the
a lot of
sacred
you watching, but like I
Worldstone.
said, this is all
Until
new
the
to me.
day
I haven't
it was
gotten this
stolen
far,
by
so I'm kind of
renegades and
trying to
used
soak
forge
in a
your
lot of the
world.
story as much
Since
as
then, the forces
I
of hell
can.
became more interested in corrupting mankind than in facing us on the field of battle.
We are their new weapons.
They knew that mankind would tip the balance of power forever, and very clearly, you have.
How was our world created?
To escape the eternal conflict, a group of renegade
Ah,
How was our world created?
To escape the eternal conflict,
I didn't mean to roll away while he was talking.
And demons came together and created a hidden paradise for themselves. Eventually, they commingled. They gave birth to mankind. That is why you have both good and evil within you. And the power of both realms, the power of your Nephilim ancestors, was so terrifying to their parents that they tuned the world stone to weaken them. They knew they had loosed something unimaginable upon creation.
So that's rather fascinating. So in Diablo's universe, all of mankind are technically Nephilim and had to be depowered.
I remember standing before the Prophet, my life hung by a thread.
He was a mage?
No, not precisely. I do not know what his true nature was. He said we had done well to slay the demons. He was very kind. When we had recovered, he offered to train us.
You agreed?
Yes. I owe him my life.
Let us seek our fortunes together.
What shall we fight today?
Okay. Off I go. Oh, wait. Let's see if anybody has any dialogue for me to talk to. Okay. Copetus Shin.
That's a very resolute expression you're wearing.
I know you are not what you appear to be, but we are in the midst of battle and you are...
And why not? People can be anything they want, I say.
Is that it? You do not age.
You become so serious about such things. You will grow old long before your time. Wouldn't you be happier to live like me? You're going out?
Yes.
Make sure you bundle up, huh? You should probably wear an extra layer or two.
Yet, you wear the same thing wherever you go.
Oh, well, it's quite simple. I just tuck a few fire opals in my pockets and under my shirts, and I...
Things are looking up, Martyr. Barely anything left to kill. There are other soldiers about besides me, Captain knows.
Oh, that's
Now's
cute.
the time to run, isn't it? While there's
It is never time.
Huh.
You should give some thought to taking some time for yourself, Chelsea. You can save the world tomorrow. Stay with us tonight. I'll buy drinks. We'll dance.
I cannot. It is unseemly.
I knew you'd say that. I really did.
Huh.
The men look to you to lead them. When they see you laying waste to the demon hordes, they are heartened. As you go, so does this battle. Always remember that.
Okay, so I've talked to Hadrig, I talked to Copetus Shin, talked to just about all my other characters. So let's head out this way. Towards the armory.
The keep is secure. Our fight continues in the battlefield, where Azmodan's war machines rain death on our soldiers.
I hear she took down Belial in Chaldean.
I feel better knowing she's on our side. It feels good to be on the battlefield.
Thank the gods you're here. You've got to destroy those ballistae. They're raining hell down upon us. We can't last much longer.
So wait a minute, what's over here? Okay, I guess I'll go into the barracks and... I mean, this is probably something I should be doing later, but whatever. Who knows, it might be an extra dungeon. Okay, let's... In no particular order, just do whatever we need to do here. Man. Alright, we are progressing nicely through here. This is actually kind of cool. I go up this way. Okay.
I don't like the look of that.
Oh, in the words of Deadpool, maximum effort.
A worthy opponent.
All right. Let's get this. Oh, there was no point in going that way. It just looped back around. I don't even think I know where I'm going. Yep, I have no clue where I'm going. I'm breaking things because I'm pretentious. Man, this is just depressing. Like, none of these guys have anything. Oh well. Man. Ooh, where does this... Oh, I thought that was a side path. Hey, let me go back down this way. Lantern oil. Yep. Had to make sure I was going the right way. Wait, does this loop back around? Oh, it does. Getting somewhere, I think. Oh yeah, we're getting somewhere. Oh, let the bodies hit the floor, indeed. I have no idea why I keep checking where I'm at. I pretty much know I'm not lost. This is not going well for these guys. In fact, I think they're kind of getting decimated. I'm not quite sure what they thought was going to happen. It looks like they guessed it, and they were pretty wrong. They were very wrong. I have no idea why I'm trying to do a horrendous Barack Obama impression, but it suits me. Because, you know, I'm dry and sarcastic. Well, that guy just exploded. This is pretty cool. Am I reaching the end of the road here for this part of the tunnel? Oh, nope, it keeps stretching on. It just keeps stretching on. I'm not complaining, but still, it's longest, pretty long dungeon crawl. 53. Oh wait, is this where everything links back up? Yeah, I think everything's gonna start linking back up here. Start turning the tide here in this bout.
The world can abide you no longer.
Oh, they're gonna learn today. Yep, everything looped all the way back around. Check to see if I hit every corner of this place. I think I did. Here we go, now we're back to level 2.
My friend was patrolling the depths before the breach. He's still alive down here, I know it. Please help me.
You ever wonder why Lyndon remains with us? I thought he would have weaseled away by now.
Curious. There may be more to him than you thought.
Oh, talking about Lyndon, the scoundrel. Hang on a second. Let's see what I got inventory-wise. Ooh, you are going in. No, no, no. Okay. Okay, so go this way, nope. Go this way, nope. Alright, I think we're on the correct path again.
There he is!
He's alive! Praise Akarat!
I knew you would come back for me.
Thank you, stranger. His family would never forgive me if I came back home without him.
Yay, another challenge down. Okay. And that looks like that's it for the barracks. Sweet. Oh, wait. A little side room, maybe? Oh, never mind. That was a fun little excursion or adventure. Okay, back to maiming and crippling my enemies and seeing them driven before me, just like Arnold Schwarzenegger's Conan.
Mighty adversary is before us.
their deaths because of that.
Okay. Alright, cool.
The Archangel, Tyrael, shattered the corrupted World Stone to prevent the demons from using it. But the impact of the explosion destroyed Mount Arreat, leaving a massive crater in its wake. With nothing to protect, the barbarians grew aimless and divided. Now, they are scattered through the north, among the ruins of their long history.
Ah! Wait a minute, how big is my inventory? Okay. I'm just trying to keep an eye on my inventory because I don't want it to get too awful large.
I'm staying with the hero. Just too many of them. Men are losing hope. The demons' numbers seem endless. They come at all times, day or night. And no amount of casualties we inflict slows their advance. We need reinforcements. We need help.
Okay, I didn't exactly expect to teleport right there, but that works. Okay. Ah, so the outpost. That it? I guess that's it for Cedar Outpost. Okay, where am I on the battlefield? Okay, that's the barracks. That's the forward ramparts. Just went through Cedar Outpost. Okay, I don't want to cross the bridge quite yet. I want to still, if there's any more like side missionary stuff. Okay, what does this do? Oh, I'm definitely getting that if that's what that does. That'll definitely come in handy in increasing the damage of my attacks. I think I'll probably stream for a couple more minutes because we're almost hitting the 2-hour mark, and I'm actually kind of starting to get a tad bit hungry, but I'm not gonna quit streaming now. Just forewarning you guys that I'll probably be signing off in a bit. Till then, chill for A couple more minutes.
You're too late. We will all perish.
Excellent. Okay. Let's just commence the slaughtering. Man, they're not even getting to fully land and they just get massacred. Destruction definitely reigns supreme on this battlefield.
Not enough essence.
This world can abide you no longer.
was a magnificent fortress once. How could it have fallen in such a way?
The enemy was prepared, and the soldiers were not.
Pulled my headset out of my head there for a second. Huh. Wow. And I'm what level? Oh. Huh, that's funny. I got a weapon that's one level above.
Won't go down easily. Should have run when they had the chance.
what is going on right now. Nope. Okay.
That needs to recharge.
We are an army.
Minions. There is nothing I loathe more than failure. You know this well. But if any of you need a further lesson, I will have you delivered into the circle of wrath with great haste. The enemy is strong, but she cannot pass the demon gate. Secure it, or your lives will be forfeit.
I don't like the look of that.
My essence is too low. My bag is full.
No.
I am returning to town.
Hold on. There she goes. Got a new haul of goods today. Take a look.
Yeah, I'll go with this for now. Oh, yeah. Oh, wait, what am I doing? Definitely don't want to try to get rid of that. Sweet. Well, alright guys, I think I'm going to stop the stream right here. We've been doing a good 2. I did say that I was going to extend it for an hour, so I'll edit that when it gets posted onto the gaming channel. But thank you guys so much for coming in and enjoying the stream and joining me and all of that good stuff. You know, I really appreciate it. I was very surprised that this stream actually turned out the way that it did. But I'm not ungrateful, guys. I greatly appreciate that. But with that, guys, I will stop the stream right here. I hope that you guys have a good Halloween. Or at the very least, you guys have had a good Halloween weekend and whatnot. So with that, guys, I will stop the stream right here, and I will see you guys in the next one.